Today we try out the Rumble jar for cold brew coffee. So we got sent this product by some viewers who make the Rumble jar. It's rumblejar.com, right? Isn't that their website? Therumblejar.com. And what it is, it's a convenient, simple way to make cold brew coffee. If you're not familiar with what cold brew coffee is, it's literally what I just said. It's coffee that's brewed cold. You don't make it in about 5 minutes. You make it in many hours, 12 to 24 hours, depending on how you want to do it. Also, you need a little bit different grind. You want to use a much coarser grind. So don't just buy ground coffee at the store and think it's going to work, because you're going to get a lot of fine particles in it. It will work, but not quite as well as you might think. The Rumble jar is a pretty simple concept, though, and I like this. They just put it in a mason jar. That is wonderful. So it's sized for mason jars, which everybody has. And if you don't, go get some. And what it is a filter. 200 microns in size are the holes, and that way it's very fine. It will allow some very, very, very small particles through, but it's much finer than most filters.
If you watched one of our other coffee videos, I believe it was called the pour over 1 cup method.
Yeah.
That used a filter of similar construction, but this is much finer than that one is.
I'm going to say that one was probably 300 or 400 microns. This one being 200 makes it much, much smaller, allows the water to get through and not the stuff. But it is stainless steel, so it's not going to rust on you and everything like that. And it's got markings on it, one here and one here. And what they say in the instructions is 1 mark makes normal coffee, 2 marks, or twice the coffee, makes a stronger concentrated coffee that you'll want to dilute, which means 1 quart jar can become like 1.5, 2 quarts. I tend to like my coffee strong, but I'm going to follow their instructions and do the way they say. So we're going to make 1 line of coffee. What coffee, you might ask? Well, I have Kona coffee here, and these are a medium roast bean. I tend to go for dark coffee. They recommend a light or medium roast, so that's why we're using a medium roast. They also stress, don't worry about measurements, which kind of makes me go, but you know what? We're going to go with it. So this is what I'm going to do.
And that's why they have the marks on the
so that you don't have to weigh it.
You just pour it through.
They say a coarse grind. They don't specify how coarse, and that's kind of a hard thing to do. So I have our hand grinder here set to a pretty coarse grind, the same grind that I use when I make cold brew coffee, and we're just going to grind it up. Okay, a little word about grinding coffee. A lot of grocery stores will have an electric grinder there for you for whole beans. Set it to the coarsest setting they have. It should do okay if you don't have your own grinder. If you have one of those pulse type grinders at home, I would hesitate to use that, because that you can't control the grind at all, and it's going to just smash them and make little tiny fine particles as well as really big particles. So you want something that you can control. Burr grinders are the best.
Also introduce heat into the
which is not
mixture, which is not a good thing.
So we have here our ground coffee. Now, to give you an idea of the grind, see if we can get a close-up on this. What we have is, like you saw, a coarse grind. You should see chunks in there, okay? So what I want to do is just pour this in here. I mean, this is about as simple as it gets, you know? I just like talking about the product because I think it's a really neat idea, and a lot of people who suffer from reflux and GERD can probably benefit from this, and it's super convenient.
Yeah, cold brew is 70% less acidic than hot brewed coffees.
And not just in the taste. We actually mean there's less acids, the volatile acids that come out of coffee. You can actually see through this thing. That's why it's kind of neat to do the measuring. I'm trying to be as precise as I can, you know, get it exact. Okay.
When they designed this product, 1, they wanted it to make barista-quality cold brew. 2, they wanted prep time to be less than 60 seconds and cleanup to be less than 60 seconds. And 3, they wanted the minimal amount of components and nothing is disposable. So it's all reusable, all good to go.
All things that I like, because the reason I don't make more cold brew coffee is because I have to get out this big jar and then I have to filter it afterwards, and there's all these issues with it. I mean, here's the thing. You can take that coffee, pour it in there, put water in it, let it sit for 12 to 24 hours. You have cold brew coffee, but now you have to filter out all those things. With this, you just basically lift this out and it's done. So next step, fill filter. We did that. Coarse grounds. We put this into the jar.
Yep. You pour the water in.
I pour water in. You're seeing how complicated this is, right?
Now it has the cap design has these little protrusions.
It kind of scares you at first.
To keep it in the jar and centered, but it has little cutouts so that the water just pours over it.
They say to fill it all the way. Now, all the way to me means to the top, so that's pretty much what I did. And the next thing is to
screw lid onto mason jar, rotate jar end over end 2 times. Water should rumble a bit.
Oh, I sort of hear it. I did 3 times. I screwed it up. We have to start over.
You over-rumbled it.
I'm pretty sure you can rumble it all you want. I like that. You can see it's already working. I mean, it's coffee, you know.
And now you wait.
Now, their suggestion is to wait 12 hours if you're going to put this on the counter at room temperature, 24 hours in the fridge. I'm going to opt for 24 hours in the fridge because, well, it's 12:23. I don't really want to be drinking coffee or filming drinking coffee at 12:23 a.m. because it's 12:23 p.m. You get my point, right? So this is going to go in the fridge, and in 24 hours, we'll be back. So it's been about 24 hours, closer to 25 actually, but we're going to go with that anyway. And that means it's time to remove the filter from the inside of the mason jar. All right, so the filter's been removed. I'm just gonna set it in a bowl here. It's gonna drain a little bit more, but it's okay. And what we have now is cold brew coffee and water everywhere because this is condensating all over the place. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it's a little light for my taste so far, but that's okay.
Now, if you remember, we did this to the first notch.
Exactly.
Knowing that Brian typically likes his coffee more on the
mud side.
Super extra black side. We probably should have gone to the second.
Yeah, but notch. You know what? I wanted to do it the way a typical person would do it, the way a normal person would do it. So we did it that way.
What is this normal you speak of?
Yeah. There's a new normal now. Anyway, so now I'm just going to pour a little bit into a glass and we're going to take a sip, see what we think of it. Okay, so right off the bat, I can see through to the bottom. To me, that makes it a little bit on the weaker side. I have always learned when I'm doing cold brew a little different than the method that they used. The 12 hours on the counter, 24 in the fridge, I've always done 24 on the counter. Okay, so I think that might be a factor as well. But this is interesting because maybe mine over extracts and maybe this is a better way.
Sure.
But right off the bat, like I say, I can see all the way through. I also see a little bit of oils at the top, which is a good sign. That means it actually properly extracted from the coffee. And let's give it a smell. Oh, it's got a lovely rich smell. It really does smell very, very good. You know, before we go too far, let me lid this. By the way, this should go back in your fridge, okay? You don't want to leave this sitting out. You can keep this for 10 to 12 days. Beyond that, it starts to have problems because there's things in here that can go rancid. So you want to be very careful, okay? So that much, though, that shouldn't last more than a day.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the smell. Super rich roasted coffee smell. Now, Derica's not a huge coffee fan, okay? So if she makes funny faces, that's why.
But it does smell
like it smells like a great cup of coffee to me. I'm just going to give it a taste. Okay. It is a little on the weaker side. She's so hesitant to do this. You won't mind this. She's trying so hard. She's not a huge coffee fan. Now, this was a medium roast coffee. It's a good quality coffee. I actually really like it. It's Kona coffee. I make it much, much stronger than this. However, the flavor is actually lovely. It's got a great brightness to it that isn't from the acidity. It's actually from the bean itself.
And that's a good point to make. One of the benefits to making cold brew is that it is a less acidic coffee than your normal hot steeping methods.
If you have problems with leaky gut or reflux or things like that, GERD, this is going to be the answer for you to have coffee. it will not cause as much of a problem. I can't say it won't cause a problem, but it won't cause as much of a problem as regular coffee. I suffer from it myself. It's gotten a lot better, but I did cold brew for quite a while because of that, and I was able to drink it no problem. Anyway, it's actually really convenient too, because you can make a bunch of this and have it throughout the week. I can throw this in the microwave, maybe not in this mug, but I can throw this in the microwave and heat it up and, throw in your milk and sugar just like you would any other coffee. And that's something unique to cold brew that fresh brew can't do. I have taken fresh brewed coffee and put it in the microwave before, and it loses something like flavor. It just tastes flat and it goes stale. It's just not good. It's because of all the volatile oils and things like that that come out at high temperature. When it cools, they turn off. You try heating it up again and they're off. It's just not going to work. Whereas cold brew, because it was already cold, when you heat it up, those things haven't been affected. Don't quote me on the science of all that. That's just my understanding of it, and that's what seems to work for me. However, I will say that as a product, the Rumble Jar is awesome. It's a nice, convenient, easy way to get into making your own cold brew. I mean, this was no muss, no fuss, very simple to do. It uses mason jars. So if you have mason jars, you get 1 or 2 of these and you can make 2 or 3 mason jars worth of coffee at a time. Fabulous product. I love it. I think it's great.
It's well constructed, it's priced right, and it is a super fine ratio for that.
Speaking of that, I want to show something. This is always the problem I have when I make cold brew. I end up filtering it 3 or 4 times. Now, they say you can filter it through this bag. I don't think that bag is any finer than that 200 micron filter. But if you look at the bottom, and you might not be able to see it too well. Okay, that is the sediment or fine particles of coffee. That's almost unavoidable, but it means they're smaller than 200 microns. That makes me go, all right, this is a nice way to go, but you know what? I'm going to treat it just like I would a brew. I'll just only go down to the bottom, toss that last bit away. I don't like the sediment. It makes me gag. I just can't do it.
And by toss that last bit away, he means put it in the compost.
Yeah, we're going to compost it. But some recommendations if you're going to use this product are, first, if you like your coffee strong, do the double. Go to the second mark. Second, I would let this go longer on the counter. I would go up 24 hours on the counter, and I think this will make a fantastic cup of cold brew coffee. On their website, they have a couple different products. We actually have one of their older models. They have a slightly newer model. I don't really know what the differences are. You'd have to go to their website to check that out.
Link in the description below.
Yeah. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.